Hello everyone and welcome to AceOSCE's video for today. My name is Alicia and thank you for joining me for this video. As I see more and more people joining our Facebook group, I feel really happy because I feel like they are comfortable enough to come ahead and ask questions, things that I had in my mind when I started my PEBC journey. And I appreciate you guys asking me these questions so that I can help you guys out in your PEBC journey by sharing the tips that helped me in mine. So this is a quick video to show you how to start your PEBC journey with AceOSCE. Before we start this, I just wanted to let you know that these are tips and tricks that worked for me. The answers I gave are things that worked for me, may not for you, but I'd like to share them regardless. In terms of the PEBC exams, as you must have known, the PEBC website is actually really informative. I do recommend everybody to go through their website, their question styles, their question blueprints, sample questions, and of course the pathway to the PEBC certification steps. As most of us are aware, after document evaluation, which most of you have already done, is the evaluating exam. This video is going to be centered around the evaluating exam as of right now. Then comes the MCQ and the OSCE. I've highlighted evaluating exam and OSCE because AceOSCE helps new people or PEBC candidates to prepare for these two exams at the moment. And this video, as I said, would be regarding the evaluating exam and the questions that you've asked me regarding this. And a thing to keep an eye out for the common questions that most of you have asked me. Now, in the Facebook group, every time there's a new cycle of the evaluating exam that comes up, I see that the questions become repetitive in the sense that people who have just passed the evaluating exam were the same ones who asked me these same questions, and now the next time people who start the evaluating exam journey have the same questions, or at least similar ones, which goes to show that most people have the same apprehensions or the same questions that the other people may have when they start their PEBC journey, which is why I wanted to make this quick video to help you guys out with the answers that I got with my journey for these commonly asked questions that you've asked me on YouTube, on Facebook, or by DM. The first question is, how much time do we need for the evaluating exam? Now, it totally depends upon what your schedule is like. If you are someone who does not have other priorities such as kids or jobs, and you're able to take out 5 to 6 hours consistently on a daily basis for your EE prep, maybe 2 to 3 months is something that I think should be enough for your preparation. And of course, if you have a basic knowledge of your subjects, that would of course help. However, if you feel like you're someone who's not able to take out 5 to 6 hours of consistent study on a daily basis, again guys, consistent study is the key to pass any of the PEBC exams. We don't have a choice, we have to have consistent study. But if you're only able to take out 1 to 2 hours on a daily basis, in that case, you'd probably need at least 4 to 5 months realistically to prepare well for your evaluating exam. Again, for different people it may differ. Some people have a really high grasping power, they focus really well. For some people, they have a very good knowledge base even after being out of touch of their study for years. So those will be exceptions, but this is what I think, according to me, should be a good time frame. The second question that I usually get is, where do I start my preparation from, and is self-study enough? So, of course, starting from a point is really important. Depending on where you start your preparation from, depends again on how well your basics are clear for you. So if you're someone who has just graduated, have your bachelor's or doctor of pharmacy degree, knowledge really fresh in your head, you probably would want to just start with a quick review for an evaluating exam, which I will perhaps explore a little bit more in the following slides. So yeah, I mean, like if you are someone who has some good knowledge, who has fresh knowledge, then maybe having a quick review to understand what sort of questions come in the evaluating exam in the Canadian PEBC and what are the different topics that are covered just on a review basis would be a good idea. However, if you're someone who's out of touch from their studies for a long time, maybe have a gap of a few years between when you picked up your books last, then you want to start with some sort of comprehensive study guides that can give you some knowledge about not just the reviews, but also about why something happens, because you may have forgotten that knowledge, right? So this would depend upon, again, what sort of background we're coming from in terms of our basic knowledge or knowledge basis. And is self-study enough? I mean, I feel like self-study should be enough, but realistically it is always better for the evaluating exam and MCQ and of course the OSCE to prepare in a group, just because it's impossible to study each and everything in the syllabus. You know, the PEBC syllabus is vast. If you look at the evaluating exam syllabus, it will have like 80 pages of a PDF of just the topics that may be asked, you know. So it's hard to study each and every topic. So it's easier and it's better to revise your knowledge with either a group who's studying for the evaluating exam, or at least take mock exams ever so regularly, so every week or every month or every 2 weeks, just to see how well you are retaining your knowledge. And those sort of questions may come in your exam, or that level of questioning may come in your exam. So that will constantly keep you revising and keep your revision on the go. So perhaps having a group study is better than self-study, but if you don't have an option, of course, for some people self-study should work as well. Then comes, how can I support myself while I'm preparing for my evaluating exam? There are a few people who have to, spend money back. We're all international pharmacy graduates. It's hard for us to survive here. We don't have a house. Some of us don't have relatives that can help us out by giving us lodging or anything. So in that case, at least for me, I had done a part-time job when I was studying for my evaluating exam, and that helped me pay my bills and my rent. So of course, sharing rooms, trying to reduce on your groceries, trying to reduce on your outings, things like that is what all of us have to go through. So a few of you asked me this question, which is a very valid question, and I wanted to address it, and I wanted to acknowledge that this is a valid concern, and this is the only way that we can usually go through. The pass percentage, guys, as answer 4 is 60% for the EE. And how do I ensure I'm studying correctly for the EE? Now, for that answer, I'm going to be going through the last slide, so keep looking till the end of the video. In terms of the reference sources and studies, so where should I start studying from? I wanted to elaborate a little bit on that. So it depends on the time and the base knowledge that you already have, and that's something I touched on in the previous slide. Now, if you only want to review something, there's something called MISBA. So MISBA, or Pharmacy Prep, is one of the oldest associations or establishments that are giving PBC classes in Canada. And I personally found his quick review guide for evaluating exam really knowledgeable. It had the basics of each chapter. It had the notes for each chapter. So I felt like, this was the thing for me, because all my knowledge is really fresh. However, for people who don't really want to just review, they want to understand everything, they want more comprehensive guidance, MISBA also has a comprehensive guide. They have topic-wise books for calculations, for pharmacology, for biotech, everything. So you can go online and you can search for those and have a look if you think that's the best option for you. In addition to that, there are PharmaChief courses, which are a really good brand as well. There's PharmaGate online courses that I've heard good things about as well. So these are names of some establishments that you can go online for, look through, and you may be interested in. And again, there are other references and guides. Another question that I get from some people is, how can I get more information regarding practice questions, how to approach the exams, and commonly asked questions? So of course, every time that we start a journey, we have a lot of questions. That's very normal. So having someone answer those is a really easy thing, especially if you have someone answering those on a one-on-one basis and not just a general basis. So join our Facebook group, guys, if you haven't already. We post regular questions. There are people who comment, who post questions of their own if they have any doubts, so your revision can keep on going. Have a look at our YouTube channel. I try to put on some videos, as in some shorts, in order to give you some practice. Sometimes these sort of videos that help guide you guys through your evaluating and OSCE exams. The links of both are in the description. I don't know if most of you know this or not, but our Facebook chat group for the PEBC AceOSCE evaluating and OSCE group has a general chat which you can join, and we practice questions there. And of course, reach out to me via FB or YouTube and I'll help you guys out. In terms of the last question, how do I know that I'm studying correctly? It's really important to be studying with either an institution that can tell you how you are supposed to study or guide you, or at least keep taking many mock tests, or at least mock tests, so that you know that you're studying in the right way. So here at AceOSCE, what I do for my students is that I take topic-wise classes for people who find some topics hard, for example, ethics or calculations or pharmacy law. I take mini mock tests, which are followed by a discussion class that help you understand why the answer is a certain answer, what sort of questions can be asked, and what level of questions can be asked in your evaluating exam. I try to hold weekly doubt clearing sessions as well. So if you guys have any questions, if you got some questions from somewhere you don't know the answer, you can always discuss that with me when you enroll in our classes, so that you can prepare for your topics as well as revise your topics really well. And also I give you personalized tips and tricks to perform better on your exam by assessing your weak areas. You can practice with AceOSCE with us for your PBC validating exam with the mini mock tests. And we also offer one-on-one PBC OSCE cases. The slots are now open. So if anybody would like to practice with us, let us know by going on to our Facebook channel or DMing us, and we're right here for you. If you have any questions, reach out to us.